Thank you for introduction. Like, so generally my talk will be about the main steps we took to move World of Tanks from PC to mobile, and what kind of problems, obstacles we had. I will start from the beginning why Wargaming started this move and who and what. As you heard, I'm a project manager in Wargaming mobile department, uh, and like several years of experience, especially with such old platforms like G2ME and Brew, and I'm a long fan of World of Tanks, and was happy to work on Blitz. Uh, why Wargaming moved to mobile platform? Back then, in 2012, it was a huge success already, and million people enjoyed tanks battles on PC. And mobile was like new buzzword, and a lot of companies moved there, and a lot of successful titles earn a lot of money. So Wargaming decided to enter new platform with huge opportunities, with already successful title, and make it mobile. Actually, company wanted to grow team or even department with mobile expertise, and of course, one of aims or side effects was establish good relationships with platforms. So to achieve this goal, the company needs to answer three questions: who, what, and how. So Wargaming needed a team, what to do, and technology with. So the team was Wargaming acquired a small company named Dava, which was a small developer with experience in casual gaming and several, more or less several products that were developed internally, like Recorder Pro and Modern Weapons Encyclopedia. There were a couple of guys with huge passion for gaming and really great engineers like Vitaly Borodovsky, who is responsible for our internal engine technology, and Alexey Prosin, who is responsible for clients. So technology stack for our game was like Dava engine for mobile rendering, Big World technology, which was connected layer between client server, and we started development with World of Tanks server version 7.2. When we joined the company, we actually didn't have focus what we're gonna do. We tried to make small games to promote World of Tanks PC version on mobile to acquire new users, but conversion rate was really bad. Then we started to making prototypes of small games that can be used for entertainment of this huge amount of players that Wargaming already had, and then we decided, based on our prototypes, we decided to make to move to adapt a World of Tanks on mobile, because all our games that we were prototyping were about tanks, and we came closely to online gaming when we needed server technology. So we started developing, and this is the very first screenshot of our game, like a heavy battle between two German tanks. and it's really the first game running example which was running on tablets. Uh, when we started, the main question for us was which platform to start with, iOS or Android. So we started making like a list of pros and cons, and decided to start with iOS because it was really easy to develop. Uh, iOS has native support for C++. That was the main development language. Less fragmented set of devices. Back then there was only 3 types of screen resolutions. Faster devices in terms of performance, and now it's the same. The latest tablets and smartphones from Apple are faster and giving much more opportunities for development than Android devices. And back then and now, all the researchers says that iOS provides more money for developers. The main obstacles for taking PC title and moving it to mobile were performance. We cannot use the same assets from Big Brother, tanks, all maps, and all objects. Another obstacle is touchscreen. When you're playing the game on tablet, you don't feel feedback from controls like you do when you use keyboard or mouse. And mobile gamer, he behaves differently. Usual behavior pattern for World of Tanks player is play continuously for several hours, long battles, up to 15 minutes. On mobile, it's fast gaming, the most notorious example is Flappy Bird, when you play for several seconds, or in Clash of Clans, it's 3 minutes. So we decided to make game easier, to make it more mobile, and moving this the first victim of those moves was which were connected to performance, to mobile gaming, was RT. It's a type of vehicle that is used to fire across the whole map. And as we have limited performance capability, we had to reduce map size by 4. It was a kilometer, and now it's 500 meters, and this vehicle type is useless. As for performance connecting to touchscreen, we worked a lot on control schemes, and here is the very first example of full control scheme, and it's a lot of pain in controlling tanks. You need to control movement using joystick, you need to control zoom level, you need to fire, you need to rotate your turret, and you need to aim using either manual controls or control or system of auto aiming. So you need to zoom in to sniper mode, and all those you need to do with your 2 thumbs, which a lot of controls. What we do, we did a lot of prototyping. This is example of 3 types of controls that were used for zooming. okay, we are making tablet game, so let's create like controls that will be used. We'll use pinch gesture. It doesn't work. So we switched to like wheel, then to control on the right side it's some kind of slider with predefined zoom, then just buttons, and all those controls were not nice because you still need to make a lot of movements and to control a lot. So basically the winner was like one button. When you hit it, game just zoom in on a tank that is in player's side, and if there is no tank, it just like small level of zoom. So in such manner, we removed a lot of like decisions from player and help player to focus on the battle itself, not to controlling the tank. We were lucky enough that at the same time, when we started to develop our game, UX Lab in Wargaming was found. It's located also in Minsk office, and they helped us a lot by providing like access to UX tests. So we ran several UX tests in Moscow and the USA. It helped us like in terms finding the best way to control different aspects of the game, like joystick, zoom control, controls that are responsible for switching ammo and using consumables, and different small like tweaks. As the next slide shows, it's like process of UX testing, and it's one of the first schemes that we tested back in December 2012, and here is another test. You see like a lot of changes, one button, different actually HUD. Right now we have only, on this screenshot we have only one fire button, and in like release version we have two buttons. Like in such case player is able to control turret rotation in fire or move its tank in fire. And as you can see, there are a lot of things to control, to look at, and it's pretty hard to maintain. The next like steps after we were pretty sure that we have found the control scheme was to make the game easier, because World of Tanks itself is a real hardcore MMO. When you play against other players, and there are a lot of things that you need to think about. Like one of them is crew, tank crew. You should train them, move from one vehicle to another. So we make it easier. No crews at all, like only one crew avatar that is responsible for all other vehicles. We removed, as I mentioned, RT vehicle type, and there are only tanks and tanks destroyers. There were a lot of other small tweaks, and one of them is that made game more casual, is like immediate change of armor type without air loading cycles, that when people need to wait like up to 10-12 seconds before the armor type is changed. Of course, on mobile platform, you need to engage user quickly to provide ability to play your game from the very start. And as the big brother had like a complicated way to register with a lot of like security mechanisms. So we had to support two ways of registration. The first is simple and native. For iOS, it's Game Center. When player started playing our game right after clicking on just one click, and in case of full registration, you need to confirm your email, fields, your nickname, and so on and so on. To make the whole things like knowing about the game easier, we created two tutorials. One was battle tutorial, and it was responsible to give players a sense of game, how to control your tank, what you're gonna do to destroy enemy tanks. And the Hangar tutorial is responsible for providing more information about different aspects of games, like what kind of currencies we have, what are different vehicle types, and so on. The main problem on low levels was that when players engage each other in battle, they destroy their tanks very fast, and so like those one who lose, they are not satisfied, and so they leave the game. So we rebalanced low-level tanks, like to make the lifetime of low-level tanks in battle a little bit longer, and not to lose those players. After we were ready for release, like it's a pretty common practice to have a soft launch. We decided to have soft launch in Scandinavian countries because it's like closer to our main office in Minsk. It was easier to communicate with European office to collect all the information how it's going on. We tested all our like flow of releases, and after that, when we were sure that okay, let's start, it's time to go, we released in App Store and got such beautiful banners. We were featured by Apple. It allowed us to get a lot of players. Not of them were interested in our game, because it's not like when you are finding your players using performance advertisement, but still it was like great success, and we reached top positions in several countries, and still there after that. The next big step for our team was like support another platform, and obviously it was Android version. Main problems there were that there are 4 major GPU vendors. Comparing to iOS devices, it's different level, because on iOS you have only PowerVR, and here you have Adreno, NVIDIA, and others. Tons of devices, several thousands, with different screen resolutions, and in Google admin panel you don't know what is the device, what is the GPU, CPU, and what is the amount of memory it's carrying on. And the main problem is slower performance. Even if the device has the same hardware as, for example, iPad 2, it's slower, and it's really the problem of hardware and operation system. So we did a huge work on optimizations in several steps, And soft launch on Android aimed mainly in ensuring that we don't have critical issues, that we run on a predefined set of devices without like huge problems, test our infrastructure for downloadable content. The test was also held in Europe, in Scandinavian countries and Italy, and there was a problem that the main like playing players from Russia, they like formed the core, and it was like more than 50% of players. Not we gathered not European stats, but like from root cluster, and there were funny moments that players were not able to download from Google Play in Russia, so the main source of installs in Russia were different like communities and sites like for pda.ru, no, .ru. And the numbers we had after Android release was like new peaks of concurrent users in Russia and in Europe, and I can say that generally we tripled monthly active players after releasing Android, and we were really surprised that we had no major problems with which were connected for some devices or like for some GPUs. There were funny problems like for not so widespread devices and GPUs like Vivente. There were problems with rendering tanks, and the bug was like when players didn't see tank at all, and it was like invisible camouflage. So as a result of the year for our team, it was like we were included in collections of best of 2014 by Apple. We like were runner-up after Momentum Volume, and in terms of the like achievement in general, it's more than in December it was more than 10 millions of installs, and it's growing pretty fast because we like released in December our Android version, and now we are working on several problems that are connected of keeping new players in game, showing the depths of the game without losing them, because it's really hard for mobile players to start playing hardcore title when they lose at the first battles. So that was like pretty like the full way we had during the development and the release of our project. So if you have any questions, I can answer them. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Any questions for Alexey? In the back here, we'll get you a microphone. Hold on one quick second.
So I was wondering if you're still using Bigworld as your network infrastructure for the mobile version.
Yeah, of course. As I mentioned, it's like as we based on World of Tanks server, So we used Big World technology, and we are like in process of upgrading our server and Big World up to the latest version. So.
Thanks.
Anyone else? Questions on? So I have a question for you.
Okay.
I'm curious what the role of external analytic testing tools were in your UX design process, and whether that was just done internally with closed studies, or whether you did that in your soft launch, and how that was part of your agile process.
Like, before release, we didn't use any external. It was done only internally, based on like expert conclusions, what is good and what is not. And currently, yeah, we are using our insight tools and all the data that we gather on server side, and it's like not what is we pretty good right now, but we are learning and trying to use it before we starting a new feature, and after we release it, and what were the effects, what we got, and what we didn't achieve. So it's like, and back then it's like was just our conclusions of, oh, look at this player, he don't know what to do with our new control. The pattern of usage is completely different from our point. So let's make another. Something like that.
Okay. Great. Anyone else? No? Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.